BugeyeBob here, working on doors. This door here has a lot of problems. Basically, all the way from over here, this corner, all the way around across the bottom, all the way around this side, back down around this corner. That all has to be replaced. And then this piece right here, this needs to be cut out and replaced also. This door also has a dent right there that's got to be dollied out. So going down into this corner, you can see that this piece here is rusted out also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind this edge off going back to about here. I'll grind it off all the way across the bottom, back up the other side about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Grind this lip off. And then I'll have access to all of this metal down in here, around in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a repair on this the way that Fitzy does when he repairs door bottoms. And I will try to make sure to show a link to his channel so that you can see how he does it, because you can get into the thing of, oh, well, I got to form this piece and then it's got to come up this way and around this bend and all of that. And his way is a lot easier, doesn't require a whole lot of special forming tools and everything else. So that is the way that that's going to be repaired. Let's talk about these doors. We have an outer panel, which in this case is rusted out here. I cut the bottom lip off. We have the inner panel. We have a couple of points where the door hinges themselves come in here and in here. And where those hinges go in, we have these braces, or brackets, I guess you could call them. Focus. So we have these brackets. So the hinge goes in like this, bolts come up through like this, and so this has fairly large holes here. The bolts are 1/4 inch, so there's a lot of room in there to adjust this round however you need to get the door gap around the door set right. All fine and wonderful. This is in pretty good shape on the bottom of this door. This is the upper hinge point on this door. This is good on this one. If we look down in at this hinge mount, you can see down in here that is rusted and broken. So I've got to make a replacement hinge mount for this door. So the driver's door, I need to make a replacement one of those brackets. This door, those brackets are good, but on this door, the whole bottom was rotted out. This piece here is rotted out right here, so that's going to have to be replaced. This inner sill's rotted out on this one. The outer sill's rotted out in this corner right here, or sill, bullshit. Inner door skin's rotted out on this one. Outer door skin's rotted out down here. So I've got to basically make a piece that goes around all the way around here and then up this side to repair all of these bad spots. Reach down and swat that like button, pop in a quick comment, and subscribe to this channel. You can help save Lazarus from the scrap bin by making a one-time donation via PayPal, or join as a member on Patreon. See the links below. Not exactly perfect, a little difficult with that thing flopping around, but doable. So I've now cut the replacement piece to go in that corner, cut it oversized on purpose, because that's the way Fitzy does it. Now I have been slowly tacking in this corner piece, little bitty welds, hit 3 or 4 of them, cool it off with the air hose till it's literally cold, trying to keep from getting any real bend in it. Let's zoom in. Right about there. And I discovered I'd preformed it a little bit so it had curve this way and just a tiny bit this way, not much, just a tiny bit. And I found let's get this back some more. And I found that it was curving down way too much this way and way too much this way as I did these welds. So I used a couple of dollies and stretched the metal along here and stretched the metal along here by making sure that when I hit, I was hitting directly over the dolly. Notice the hard, high-pitched sound? And if you're not on the dolly, you get the low-pitched sound. So that's how you know you're hitting directly over the dolly. And I've been at it for about an hour and a half, but this piece is slowly starting to come, it's in line this way, it's in pretty good line this way, but right here where these welds are, there's a problem, and I'm going to have to deal with that, but I've got to finish doing the welds. But I took the position that it was better to get this a little bit at a time, do a little bit of welding, straighten it out, do a little bit of welding, straighten it out, rather than getting down to the very end and trying to get everything caught up all at once. Now, before you go beating the hell out of them, you don't have to beat the hell out of it. Fairly light taps of the hammer will actually stretch that metal. It's going to take a lot of them, but if you don't have one of those mechanical stretchers or a planishing gun, planishing hammer setup, you can do it with just a hammer and a couple of dollies. Just takes a little longer. Okay, now I've finished all of the spot welds along through here. So what's left is grind this down, then hammer and dolly this. I think that will bring this back up just fine. This over here I think was already stretched enough on each side that should, when I hammer and dolly in here, should go poink and bring that side right back up the way we want it to be. Okay, so I hammered and dollied this and ground it down and beat it and ground it down and beat it some more, and I've now got it to the point where, see if we can zoom in a little bit. There's a little bit of warpage back here. That's in the original panel, but that'll straighten out. I've got this down now to where I'm within probably a 32nd of an inch of being flat here. This way, if you can see it, it's very, very close. That's probably a 64th of an inch. And this way, which you can't see, is also within a 64th of an inch. So This, in my mind, is good enough to be trimmed off and be ready to move on to bigger and bigger things. So, if the weather's good tomorrow, I will trim it off tomorrow. If it's not good tomorrow, then I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, because it's been raining for about a week and a half now. So, we're just going to have to see how things work out. All in all, I mean, you can feel there's a little bit of a divot right there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn around this way. There's a little bit of a, come on, a little bit of a divot right here. A tiny bit here. I think what happened was, despite my best efforts, I think this new panel sank down below the surface of the old panel. This is 19 gauge, this is 18 gauge, so there's, I don't know, 8 thousandths difference in thickness. If this had stayed up a little bit, it would have ground down pretty flat, but I don't think there's going to be a whole hell of a lot of Bondo needed to fix that thing up, so I'm happy with it. And shit, there's a dent right there I got to take care of. How the hell am I going to get at that one? Oh well, onward and upward. Okay, this is the dent that I was talking about. I use an acrylic marker. It says it's a graffiti marker or some damn thing. A wide permanent marker would probably be a better thing to do this with. But after I scrubbed it all over with the marker, then I went and hit it with a file to see exactly where the dent was at. You can see this is it right here. There's a little tiny bit right there. They say that the way you're supposed to do this is you are not supposed to hit right on, like if this was sticking out, you're not supposed to hit right on the high spot here. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to hit trying to drive this up. What you're supposed to do is put a dolly back behind it and then tap down on these edges all around it to bring, I don't know how it works, but supposedly that's supposed to help bring this metal up and make it more level with the surrounding metal. Apparently, if you try driving this up from the back, what happens is you'll get a peak in it that pops up. So I'm going to try doing it the way they say, and we're going to see how that works out. Okay, as you can see, I brought this up a little bit. Still need to bring it up a little bit more right in here. This edge right here is going to be a bit of a problem to try to bring up, because that's literally right at the edge where the other piece comes down around like this to match up with it. So a little bit more work, but it is starting to come up. This has come up quite a bit right in here. Got to get some more here, some more right here. And what I've been doing, I've been pushing this dolly in from the back so that it was underneath of here, and I've been tapping around here, and it's slow, just lightly tapping, and it slowly works it up. So yes, that technique works. Let's see how close we are now. That's what it looks like now. I got one little thin strip through here, maybe a little dot right there. And to be honest with you, if we follow around this way, that's not going down very tight, but I don't know, maybe I think we're down within a 32nd of an inch on most of that, which to me I don't mind a 32nd of an inch of filler. Hell, the primer might actually fill that much. So I'm going to call that good. So that would have been easier if I had have had another dolly that had a little bit more of the right shape and form on it. I don't though, so I did the best I could with what I got. And quite frankly, I think I did all right. So most of the time I had this in there like that. I'd use this flat bar to pry against it, and then I would tap against the outside of it around each side lightly. I mean, amazingly lightly. Just tap, tap, tap all around the outside. So this is where the dent was at, real deep. The pressure was from the dolly was actually on the back of this, but I just tapped on each side as it slowly came in on each side. So there's your proof that technique works. Okay. Still got to do some trimming on this. Got to build the bottom of the door. That's going to be in the next video. This one's already about 15 minutes long, so it seems like people like the shorter videos. If you don't like the shorter videos, let me know and I'll make longer videos. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Want to support the channel? Support's welcome. Love support. One-time donation through PayPal, or if you'd like to make a little bit longer contribution, you can join up on, by the way, you can make a recurring donation on PayPal also, but a lot of people just like to make a one-time donation. That's fine. You can join up as a member on Patreon, which is, I don't know, $4 or $5 a month. I don't remember exactly what it is. But again, all help's greatly appreciated, folks. So in the meantime, you folks have a fantastic and wonderful life. Get yourself out and do stuff. I sat around on my ass for 44 years behind computers, was never really happy doing it, made a lot of money, blew it all, but do stuff with your hands. I think humans are physical creatures. We need to touch things. We need to do things. I think the reason there's so many damn people, upset people, really pissed off, terrified, just angry people in this world is because nobody does shit anymore. They all sit behind their, on their cell phone watching stuff. Watch me. Please. But playing video games all day long, if you work all day long behind a computer and then you get home and you play video games all day long, your body doesn't get a chance to de-stress. I can tell you that right now from years of experience. So get out, do stuff, and it's a fantastic world out there. Get out there and enjoy it. See you next week. BugeyeBob, over and out.